Hey, 49ers faithful. Welcome back to the channel. We got an exclusive breakdown today with all the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. And you know how we do it here. Deep dives, hot takes, and everything you need to stay ahead of the game. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the like button so you don't miss any breaking news or fresh content from 49ers Zone. We're going to cover everything from injuries to standout rookies to offensive line updates, so stay tuned. But, as always, I got to ask you all a question right off the bat. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you feeling about this offensive line? I mean, obviously, Dominic P goes down, which is huge. He's going to be out for a few weeks, and his return for Week 1 is still very much up in the air. It's a tight timeline, and while we'll get more clarity after his follow-up knee procedure, everything is currently a waiting game. Most likely, updates won't come until Tuesday. There might be some media availability on Monday, but from what we know, the team is treating this like a real game week, which means 2 rest days on Sunday and Monday where regular practice won't happen except for injured players getting treatment and light work. So, the offensive line situation remains a bit uncertain, and I'm genuinely curious to hear where you all are at with your confidence on a scale of 1 to 10. For me personally, I'm somewhere in that 6 to 7 range. I don't think we're anywhere near the bottom, and I don't think we're at the top yet either. This unit has potential, and with Trent Williams anchoring the line, there's reason for optimism. The question mark is health and depth, particularly at left guard. Ben Bart is projected as the starting left guard, but Connor KBY has stepped in admirably during opportunities at that position. The rookie angle is always tricky because you can't fully rely on experience until it's tested in a real game scenario. Dominic P, for example, is unproven against an NFL defense at the level of intensity we'll see in Week 1. The offensive line has talent, and they've shown flashes of competence, but consistency remains the key concern. Fans of all teams tend to critique their lines because perfection is the standard, and we've seen that mentality from the players themselves. Dominic P mentioned in a recent segment called The Build that the only time you often hear an offensive lineman's name is when mistakes or penalties occur. That actually rings true, but for those who consistently perform, their presence is felt without needing constant recognition. For me, this unit sits just above the middle of the pack. I would argue a 6 or 7 is fair, possibly nudging to a 7 or 8 if Trent Williams stays healthy. But who the starting left guard is remains a variable, and depth at that position is uncertain. Still, overall, the offensive line is in a better position than last season. It's not elite, but it's respectable, and we have to hope the health holds up over the course of the season. Now, while we're talking about the offensive line, I want to highlight a player who has quietly rewritten his narrative over the past couple of weeks, Spencer Burford. This guy stepped up in a situation where the 49ers were missing their starting left guard and their Hall of Fame left tackle, Trent Williams. Burford is primarily a guard, but he moved to left tackle and performed admirably, showing poise under pressure. His first drive may not have been flawless, and the team struggled to establish the run, but in pass protection, Burford looked solid. He allowed just 1 pressure over 27 pass blocking snaps, which is a big deal given the context. He's shown that he can be counted on as a backup left tackle if the situation demands it. Of course, questions remain about his ability to handle an entire game at that position, but what he's done so far has boosted confidence in the coaching staff and fans alike. It's not just about the numbers, it's about mental toughness and adaptability. Burford faced intense scrutiny after early preseason mistakes, especially when matched against elite pass rushers, and he's responded well. Seeing him step into a critical role and perform when called upon is exactly the type of depth the 49ers need to navigate the rigors of a full NFL season. And speaking of players rewriting narratives, we can't ignore the impact rookies have been making. Mara Siegel has emerged as a standout, proving he's capable of making NFL-level plays. His open-field tackling ability has drawn public praise from teammates, including Malik Mustafa, and his confidence is visibly growing. That type of recognition is huge for a rookie, especially when transitioning from college to the speed and physicality of the NFL. Players like Siegel remind us that the depth chart is more than just starters. It's about who can rise to the occasion when opportunities arise. And the 49ers have seen that across the board. Chase Lucas is another player who has solidified his narrative, showing consistency and tenacity on the defensive side. Nick Martin and Connor Colby are rewriting theirs through effort and performance in the trenches, showing that the roster has young talent ready to step in when needed. Each week, we're seeing more players rise above expectations, and that's exactly what you want as a fan, an ever-evolving team that develops and grows over the season. On offense, Brock Purdy continues to impress, showing efficiency and accuracy in limited snaps. His ability to move the ball in the passing game, particularly when the run game is stalled, is encouraging. He's showing that he can handle pressure and make good decisions even when the offensive line is not at full strength. That's a testament to his preparation and mental toughness, and it gives fans confidence that the quarterback position is in good hands. Supporting players like Demarcus Robinson and Ricky Parrall have also made their presence felt. Robinson, despite a minor drop, has shown he can create separation and be a reliable target, while Parrall continues to make plays that impact the game. Jeff Wilson quietly had a strong performance as well, showing that the running back position has depth and playmakers who can contribute when called upon. This mix of veterans and young talent provides the 49ers with flexibility and adaptability, both key factors as the season unfolds. Injuries are part of the game, of course, and managing player health is critical. Isaac Gendreau and Jordan James are expected back before Week 1, and their returns will be important for the depth chart. Monitoring player status and maintaining readiness across the roster is always a challenge in the NFL, but the 49ers seem to be handling it well. Brock Purdy, Demarcus Robinson, Ricky Parrall, and Jeff Wilson have all earned recognition in recent reviews, reflecting their contributions on the field. Offensive and defensive lines, despite injury challenges, have shown resilience and adaptability, demonstrating why depth is critical in the NFL. As we move forward, the storylines will continue to develop. How the offensive line holds up, how rookies rise to the occasion, and how key veterans like Trent Williams manage their health will all play pivotal roles in the team's success. Fans can take heart in seeing players step up, performances validated by teammates, and rookies like Maris Siegel making immediate impacts. It's a dynamic environment, and every game will shape perceptions and expectations. As always, I want to hear from you. How do you feel about this offensive line? Where do you rank them on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you feeling confident about the depth and backups ready to step in? What rookies have impressed you most, and which veterans do you trust to carry the load in key moments? The discussion is just as important as the action on the field because it reflects the pulse of the fan base and gives us a real-time sense of what to expect as the season unfolds. With that in mind, stay tuned, because the next part of our discussion will focus on specific players who are reshaping narratives and stepping into pivotal roles. From Spencer Burford holding down left tackle in challenging circumstances to rookies like Maris Siegel making highlight-worthy plays, the 49ers roster is evolving in ways that are exciting to watch. We're witnessing a blend of experience and youthful energy, and it's creating an optimistic outlook for fans eager to see a team that can compete at the highest level. Injuries, of course, will always be part of the discussion, but the depth and adaptability shown so far suggest that this team is capable of overcoming adversity. From the offensive line to skill positions to defensive standouts, the early preseason glimpses provide a framework for what to expect moving forward. Every snap counts, and every performance builds a narrative that shapes expectations for the regular season. The 49ers are poised to capitalize on their depth, rely on emerging talent, and maintain a solid foundation in key positions. Fans, analysts, and the team itself will continue to watch how the season unfolds, but early indications are promising. So, buckle up because the story is just beginning and the excitement surrounding this team is palpable. Keep watching, keep supporting, and stay engaged as we dive deeper into performance trends, key matchups, and player narratives that will define the 49ers' journey this season. The blend of experience, youth, resilience, and strategy sets the stage for a competitive and thrilling campaign. And remember, your voice matters in this conversation. Comment below with your thoughts, reactions, and insights on the offensive line, standout rookies, and anyone else who has caught your attention so far. This is a community where passionate fans come together to analyze, debate, and celebrate the game we all love. So don't hold back. Share your perspective, interact with others, and be part of the evolving discussion around the San Francisco 49ers. All right, 49ers faithful, welcome back for the second part of our deep dive into everything that's shaping up for the team as we approach Week 1. If you thought the first segment was detailed, buckle up because we're going even deeper this time. We're going to break down individual performances, positional battles, potential matchups, and the subtleties that can determine whether the 49ers season starts with a bang or gets off to a shaky start. Let's start by talking about one of the most discussed topics lately, the quarterback position. Brock Purdy has had a fascinating preseason, and the way he's handled himself both on and off the field is worth noting. His accuracy, pocket awareness, and decision-making under pressure have steadily improved since last season. There's always been a question about whether he can consistently read complex defenses and adjust on the fly, but the preseason has provided encouraging evidence that he's maturing as a leader and as a passer. The offensive line, as we discussed, will play a huge role in his success, especially against teams with elite pass rushers. If P's injury timeline stretches longer than expected, the pressure will be on backups like Burford and Bart to maintain stability in the trenches, and Brock's ability to remain calm and efficient under pressure will be tested. Beyond Purdy, the receiving core has shown flashes of creativity and explosiveness that can change the dynamic of a game. Demarcus Robinson has consistently created separation and made difficult catches look routine, while Ricky Parrall continues to improve his route running and ability to gain yards after the catch. The chemistry between Purdy and these receivers is growing, and that timing will be critical once regular season defenses start mixing up coverages and disguising blitzes. Jeff Wilson Jr. and Trey Sermon provide a complementary running back duo, and their vision, burst, and ability to hit gaps quickly give the 49ers flexibility in offensive schemes. The offensive line's cohesion will determine whether these backs get the lanes they need, but so far, the preseason has suggested that with smart blocking assignments, they could be highly productive. The passing game and rushing attack are interconnected, and Brock Purdy's ability to read defenses pre-snap adds a layer of complexity that opponents have to respect. Moving to defense, the secondary has been quietly impressive. Chase Lucas, in particular, has emerged as a reliable force in coverage. His ability to anticipate routes and react quickly to the quarterback's eyes has been a standout feature in practice reports and preseason games. Pair him with Jalen Mahoney, and the 49ers have the makings of secondary that can limit explosive plays while creating turnover opportunities. Turnovers are critical in any NFL game, and with the 49ers' defensive front generating consistent pressure, the secondary's ability to capitalize on mistakes will be a key determinant of success. Defensive line and linebacker play have been equally intriguing. Khalil Davis has impressed with his ability to collapse pockets and disrupt timing, while Luke Ford continues to display a versatile skill set, capable of dropping into coverage and rushing the passer depending on scheme. Chaz Surratt's energy and physicality have created consistent pressure, and Soren Neal has shown instincts and awareness that translate into making impactful plays downfield. Tatum Bothan has continued to demonstrate his tackling ability, often setting the tone early in games. The depth on defense is crucial because NFL teams wear down over the course of season, and having reliable backups who can maintain intensity is essential. Watching how rookies like Bothan and Siegel handle themselves in high-pressure moments gives insight into the team's overall potential and resilience. Special teams can sometimes be overlooked, but the 49ers have quietly solidified this phase. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the NFL landscape have intensified after the San Francisco 49ers reportedly secured a monumental deal with superstar linebacker T.J. Watt, allegedly worth an eye-popping $200 million. Sources close to the matter suggest that negotiations were intense, spanning several weeks, as rival teams reportedly tried to lure Watt away with lucrative offers and promises of championship contention. The buzz in locker rooms and sports circles is palpable, as analysts and insiders speculate on the ripple effects this signing could have across the league. If confirmed, this move would not only redefine the defensive strategy of the 49ers, but also set a new benchmark for contract negotiations in the NFL, potentially triggering a wave of similar mega deals. Fans have flooded social media with reactions ranging from sheer excitement to incredulity, creating a virtual frenzy of speculation, memes, and debates over how Watt's presence could reshape the NFC West. Rumors suggest that the contract includes incentives and bonuses tied to both individual performance and team achievements, adding layers of complexity to the already staggering sum. While the 49ers have remained tight-lipped, sources hint at an official announcement imminent, leaving the sports world on high alert, eagerly anticipating the confirmation that could alter the trajectory of the league in the coming seasons. The mere possibility of Watt joining a team renowned for its defensive prowess has ignited a storm of conjecture regarding defensive schemes and player alignments, with coaches and analysts already theorizing how this acquisition could redefine the team's tactical identity. Insiders hint that T.J. Watt's arrival in San Francisco could spark a seismic shift in the NFL's balance of power, with rival franchises reportedly scrambling to reassess their defensive strategies. Conversations in sports media circles suggest that the 49ers might leverage Watt's presence to attract additional high-profile players, creating a domino effect that could transform the composition of the roster and, ultimately, the competitive dynamics of the league. Speculation abounds regarding how Watt's contract structure, rumored to be the richest ever for a defensive player, might influence the negotiation tactics of other elite athletes seeking to maximize their earnings potential. Fans have taken to forums and social media threads to debate the strategic implications, with some projecting a defensive renaissance led by Watt and others questioning whether the team can maintain salary cap flexibility to remain competitive across multiple seasons. Coaches and analysts reportedly have been engaged in behind-the-scenes discussions, dissecting every possible formation and alignment that could exploit Watt's unique skill set while complementing existing defensive stars. Rumors even suggest that team ownership sees this move as a long-term investment, not merely in wins, but in branding, marketability, and the creation of a defensive dynasty capable of dominating headlines and scoreboards alike. The anticipation surrounding Watt's debut has fueled narratives of potential record-breaking seasons, speculative playoff runs, and an elevated status for the 49ers as a team to fear, creating an intoxicating mix of expectation, excitement, and relentless speculation. Reports circulating suggest that the financial magnitude of T.J. Watt's deal has left other franchises in a state of quiet shock, with some executives allegedly reconsidering their own strategies for retaining star talent. The contract, believed to surpass all previous defensive benchmarks, is said to include complex incentive structures that reward sacks, forced turnovers, and even team playoff performance, generating endless discussion among analysts trying to quantify its true impact on both the field and the franchise's financial health. Rumors in insider circles indicate that Watt's influence might extend beyond his immediate defensive contributions, potentially mentoring younger players and serving as a cornerstone around which the team can build a culture of relentless pressure and elite performance. Fans have been particularly vocal, flooding online platforms with speculations about how Watt's arrival might affect quarterback pressures, defensive rankings, and the overall competitive environment in the NFC, often blending hope with a sense of dramatic anticipation. Sports commentators and pundits are reportedly drafting scenario analyses and predictive simulations to forecast the ways Watt's presence could alter game plans, off-season acquisitions, and even future draft strategies. Industry whispers suggest that rival general managers are quietly watching the 49ers' moves, assessing how this blockbuster signing might influence salary trends and reshape the market for top-tier defensive players. While official confirmation remains pending, the sheer magnitude of speculation has already transformed the narrative surrounding the 49ers, elevating the team to headline status and making Watt's potential arrival one of the most tantalizing storylines in recent NFL history, with debates over value, strategy, and legacy dominating sports discourse. The excitement surrounding T.J. Watt's rumored $200 million signing with the San Francisco 49ers has ignited a frenzy of discussions in both traditional media and fan-driven forums, fueling conjecture about the potential tactical revolutions the team could pursue with such a transformative player. Sources suggest that coaching staff are already envisioning new defensive schemes that capitalize on Watt's unparalleled pass-rushing ability, combining his talents with existing stars to create an unprecedented pressure-oriented front. Sports analysts are reportedly drafting detailed breakdowns of how what could influence offensive game planning across the league, with rival teams speculated to be preparing counter-strategies aimed at neutralizing what could become a near-unstoppable force. Rumors indicate that team executives might view this signing as a strategic maneuver to elevate franchise prestige, enhance merchandising opportunities, and secure a dominant presence in media narratives, making Watt both a defensive linchpin and a marketing cornerstone. Fans have engaged in heated debates, speculating whether Watt's impact will be immediate or gradually unfold as chemistry develops with the team, with projections ranging from record-breaking sack totals to playoff-defining contributions. Behind closed doors, league insiders reportedly discussed the broader implications for contract negotiations, salary cap dynamics, and player leverage, suggesting that Watt's deal could redefine the financial landscape for elite defenders. Even speculative reports about locker room influence, leadership dynamics, and mentoring roles have contributed to the swirling storm of rumors, creating a sense that Watt's presence could catalyze far-reaching transformations within the 49ers organization, altering the narrative of dominance and strategic innovation across the NFL for years to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.